And we'll tell you about the addressing platform that we're migrating to from our addressing system, which is called NaviAddress. And just our plan is to build the unified ID for places and objects on the planet Earth, just in the virtual world. But before I go into the presentation, could you put on, please, the product introduction video?
How do we find a location? Over time, it's evolved. Point them in the right direction. Attach a name to important places. Provide a street name and number. But now we're all carrying a digital map of the world in our pockets and navigating using a satellite. So why are we chained to address systems of the past? They are language specific. Some locations don't have an address. Rural locations are often badly addressed. Our devices get confused, especially using voice. Addresses are needlessly long, and there are so many places we'd love to have pizza delivered to. Now there's NaviAddress. Navi gives any location a unique address instantly. Here's a place. Its unique Navi uses phone country codes, area codes, building number, and a unique ID number. Using this Navi locally, it shortens to 171437. Navi works the world over because numbers are universal. Navi is easy to remember, based on numbers you know. With Navi, address drama is a thing of the past. Our app assigns a standard Navi address for free. Need a shorter, more memorable Navi? You can purchase a premium one. It's time to address your location. Download the Navi app and get your numbers today.
Okay, thank you. That was the introduction videos of our addressing system, and I am Dmitry Moiseev, CEO of NaviAddress. We have been developing and marketing our addressing system for 2 years, and we're planning to migrate that onto the blockchain for several very important reasons, because we want to build the system that provides people with NaviAddress as a unified digital ID for any place and object in real and virtual worlds. The areas that we plan to concentrate pretty large, and the pain points and the amount of pain, they're quite high. There are 4 billion people in the world that live without address now, specifically in the emerging markets, and they are obviously inadequately serviced by the government agencies and unable to order the line and experience social segregation generally. Another big area that we concentrate on is the e-retail and delivery industries. The U.S. Postal Service last year, assessed the waste in just for the U.S. Postal Service for about $2 and several billion, and that gives the idea of the pain points in the delivery business and in e-retail. It's up to 20% of delivery addresses are not verified in the developed world, and our recent communications with people in Dubai and in MENA region tells us that up to 80% of addresses are not verified in emerging markets and undeveloped countries. Another area that we plan to concentrate is the international tourism industry. Just because local HoReCa, local hotels, restaurants and cafes and retail outlets are not authenticated, for the international buyers, international tourists, and that creates, sort of distrust, in the service and what they do and what they can do for international tourists generally. As the company and as the addressing system, we have gone through the angel and seed round in 2015 and 17. Our addressing system was deployed in the end of 2016. We have right now about 500 million total unverified addresses in the system from the open source address databases. Right away, we have 1.5 million Navi addresses in the system, out of which 1.3 million is the business Navi addresses. We have our alpha version of the platform on the blockchain now being tested, and up to now, we have integrated our addressing system with Uber. We have signed the strategic partnership agreement with Booking.com and have gone through the first stage of integration with them. I plan to meet Booking.com next month, in Amsterdam. And I have opened up the integration projects with DPD, their Russian Russian business, let's say. Russia is just generally just a sandbox for us. We have 2 offices. One is headquartered just in Cyprus and one just in Moscow. Getting back to the addressing algorithm that we have invented, and we are patenting this right now just in the United States, it's pretty simple. It converts, let's say, just things that you remember first as your building number, which is, in this case, you see the address in Greek, and this is the address of our company in Cyprus. So generally, let's say, just the addressing system converts first the number of the building, and puts that just into the string of digits, which we call NaviAddress, which is simply just is a digital identifier just of any place and location. So it then just puts the postal code, like first 3 numbers of the postal code, just and then just adds the identifier, just giving just the providing, let's say, just for the place in the registry, which is not which is vacant generally. So as you see, this is pretty simple, because it's just digits, and you, instead of understanding the address and communicating that just in the foreign language, you can simply speak digits. That's the example of the NaviAddress, of the postal NaviAddress. We have the custom NaviAddress generally that is being generally created by the user. So just we provide users with the freedom just to create their own addresses and share that just and find them obviously just through the internet. The NaviAddress as a data file comprises 5 things in one. That's the place and object, that's the embedded geocoordinate, postal and user description, and just lots of metadata, which in our case is could be the last mile description, photos, VR files, other type of metadata that helps, let's say, just the user just to adapt the NaviAddress to his needs. We plan just to move to the blockchain, and that was very simple for us as a solution, because once we started just to adopt this addressing system, our clients basically said to us that, hey, we need the open source system. We don't want it to pay to Google. We don't want to pay just to other proprietary systems. So just we wanted just something just, open source, customizable, and just we wanted something just that will bring just lots of value for us by disrupting, let's say, just our processes, because you guys have very good digital container just that generally provides for the unique ID for place and location. So that's why just we go into the blockchain, and just we have selected the certain blockchain stack of technologies right now, but we are reviewing it constantly just to get kind of the upcoming updates just that will create just more flexibility and cost effectiveness, let's say, just in the application of the blockchain. In short, just what we deliver in terms of the value to our clients, and just to those like large areas that suffering from the pain points. First, there's no need to authenticate you in your same delivery address every time. It's very important because just once you make deliveries with the online retailers, every time just you place an order with them, your address and you are getting verified through their systems. So basically, just we provide them with solutions just that just replaces their recurring verification of you with one-stop kind of solution. So we also, by that, just reduce overall waste in delivery chains, and just we also provide international tourists with the solution where they needn't to waste time to authenticate, let's say, just foreign HoReCa or retail businesses. And generally, just as all blockchain solutions, we reduce uncertainty, obviously, in transactions. Our token just is simply used for buying NaviAddresses. It's also just a value medium, just because it provides, it will be paid to those validators just for verification. We also plan to use it just for acquiring, kind of verified NaviAddresses, or just verified, addresses just from the big address holders like DHL, just like other DHL type companies. And obviously, just we need to build the whole big ecosystem around our platform, and we need just to incentivize those people just and those businesses who plan just to be our partners. We plan also just to co-invest our tokens into the national level partnerships, because we're building the global platform. We don't plan, let's say, just to adopt just or market this platform just on the national level. So just we need to build the big network of partners, national and regional ones. So we plan just to co-invest into their business, subscription business, just for adopting, let's say, NaviAddresses. Our token sale just is going right now. We're just right now just at the private sale stage, and total supply is 1 billion Navi tokens. 50% of that we plan, let's say, just to allocate among the token participants. The rest should be just allocated to the development platform fund, to currency and future management team, and reserved by the company. Where we see the demand? We see the demand just from the online, just on growing online and shared economy businesses, and we believe that just like in 2-3 years, let's say, just once our standard will be adopted, let's say, by the business users, there'll be just tens of millions of NaviAddresses in the system. As I said, just we plan to have like 30 global partners by 2021, and we believe that just by basically just selling our national level addressing containers to the local partners, that will just bring us to the point where about like 300 million NVTs, or 30% just of the total issue, would be burned, let's say, just for the creation of the ecosystem. I hope the question always just where's the link to the real world? And this is the slide just that we developed just to give you an example. So, for example, right now, just if anyone just in any subscription business or retail or just real estate business in France, if they can buy our premium 4-digit NaviAddress, let's say just they can buy it just for 50 cents, basically say just now pricing just at ICO. Then they can rent it right away, let's say just if they see the customer, or just in 1-2 years, for just $10 a month. So that provides for the stream of rental income like 120 USD. If you return this back just at 10% cap rate, this is like 1,200 USD just, which is kind of the intrinsic value just, but that's the example just for the only one NaviAddress. Our monetization plans. Plans are pretty simple. We plan to retain difference between the auction price and nominal NVT price of our token. Just for what? For selling short premium NaviAddresses. We also plan just to take fees for auctioning of NaviAddresses, because just we will have the auction system to be embedded, let's say, into the platform, and we also plan just to take fees for storing of content for rich private metadata over a certain capacity limit. So focused industries here, I have some kind of extension here. Just we believe that we need just to move to some other areas, which are just depicted here. Our management team, so 20 people, very mature, have prior experience just in lots of fast-growing industries like IT, telecom, smartphones, pharmaceutical distribution, and obviously just venture capital investment management. We and my partner, Mikhail, we're co-founders here, and just we've built and run and sold businesses of 240 mil just in value. So basically just pretty mature team. Our advisors team is also very solid. Just we've built the team that helps us just on different aspects, let's say just of application of the blockchain technology, and just also people who run successful ICOs, like Wabi ICO. You can check that just on the internet. People just who know some pretty good ins and outs just out of that delivery and postal businesses, and just some other people just who really would help us just when building up, let's say, just our blockchain solution. So why we believe in success? Strong management team and advisory team, excellent working patent pending software solution, strong international integration partners, and growth strategy that is based on the integration just with the international partners and just our integrations. Some recent, let's say, scores of our ICO just are depicted here as well. So I'm ready just to take questions if I have some time for that. Thank you.